dollars. That's according to the CBO's new analysis out today. That's their analysis of the version passed by the House. There's other numbers that say up to $4 trillion, but let's just go with that very conservative estimate. The vast majority of Republicans, though, right now are still standing in lockstep with Trump against Musk. Manu Raju's on Capitol Hill talking to them tonight out front.
He had been one of President Trump's loudest allies.
The chainsaw for bureaucracy.
But now Elon Musk is becoming a major GOP problem as he lashes out at Trump's sweeping policy bill, angering Republicans as they labor to get the votes.
Why wasn't he talking about this before the bill, right? And that's what frustrates me. Hey, if you're going to be in this fight when we need you, because we needed him.
Musk waited until Tuesday to put out his most scathing criticism, calling the measure a disgusting abomination, saying shame to those who voted for it, and today continuing his attacks, giving ammunition to the bill's GOP critics who say the bill would balloon the national debt that has already grown an additional $16 trillion since 2017.
The new spending of this bill actually exceeds all the work he did to try to find savings, so I can understand his disappointment.
Musk putting GOP supporters on the defensive.
He says you're basically saddling this country with unsustainable debt.
Well, he's right. The debt is unsustainable.
After the House passed Trump's bill by just a single vote, the Senate GOP now debating changes to the massive bill, which includes a major overhaul of the tax code and federal spending cuts, including to programs like Medicaid and food stamps. All as the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office today estimated that the House bill would raise federal deficits by $2.4 trillion over a decade and leave nearly 11 million people without health insurance. Yet GOP supporters argue it would raise revenue through economic growth.
We're not buying the CBO's estimates. I don't think that's right.
Speaker Mike Johnson spoke for half an hour with Musk on Tuesday and thought they were on the same page. Later, Johnson said Musk, the owner of Tesla, was objecting to electric vehicle tax incentives due to be phased out under the bill.
That is going away because the government should not be subsidizing these things. I know that has an effect on his business, and I lament that.
Do you think that it's Tesla is what's driving this? Is that what you're suggesting?
I'm going to let others draw their own conclusions about that.
But GOP leaders are facing pressure from Senate moderates like Lisa Murkowski, worried about quickly phasing out green energy tax breaks and cutting back on Medicaid.
We've got some work to do to make sure that Alaskans are not going to be negatively impacted.
Yet if Murkowski gets her way, it could cost support from House hardliners who are pushing for deeper cuts.
So if the Senate wants to go that direction, then this bill is, it's not even close to passing. So they need to go further or the bill's dead.
Speaker Johnson did indicate that Donald Trump was concerned and upset about what he saw from Elon Musk's post on X, but he said that it was a bill he believed would ultimately still become law. He told reporters, he said he has the largest platform in the world, referring to Musk. He said, I'm sure that has an impact, but it's not going to change the trajectory of the legislation. Aaron.
All right, Manu, thank you very much. So let's go now to our panel here. Max Rose, former Democratic Congressman, and Shermichael Singleton, Republican strategist. Congressman Rose, so you hear, Manu, Trump is not happy. 47 posts in 30 hours, and each one is a new level of DEFCON. There is no ambiguity. In fact, he's saying he wants to primary any Republican, and Musk has been funding all the Republican primaries. This is a real threat. Trump's been publicly silent, except for one thing. He posted a screenshot today of a post by Musk that was a week ago. 1 week ago today, Musk posted this. So Trump reposted today. The Musk post was, I would like to thank President Donald Trump for the opportunity. It seems to be thinly veiled. But this bill is Trump's entire domestic agenda. It's not just an outrageous amount of spending, right? It's whether contempt in judges, it's AI, it's everything.
It's everything. Look, this is very embarrassing, not just for Trump, but for the entire Republican leadership. Look, when Musk was in government for 4 months or so, he was a disaster of a wrecking ball, firing tens of thousands of veterans, trying to find any cuts where he could. But he did have a goal in mind, which was to make government smaller, to address the deficit. He exacted a lot of cruelty and suffering in the process, but that was his goal. And then he sees it all thrown away with this massively fiscally...
Actually, by multiples, it's thrown away.
This adds trillions of dollars to the deficit. And yet again, what we see from the Republican Party, this has been the story for this whole century. They run as these fiscal hawks. They're so responsible, and then they get the reins of government, just like Bush did. Trump, in the round two, because he did it in round one, they just add to the deficit. And it's irresponsible, but it also shows yet again they are lying to their voters.
Well, Trump had already set a record for single-term deficit debt adding in his first term. Sir Michael, Manu, hearing from a lot of Republicans, they're trying to downplay Musk's influence, right? Speaker Johnson saying Musk is, quote, not going to change the trajectory of his legislation. But you disagree. You disagree with Republicans who are trying to say Musk is not moving the needle here?
Yeah, I disagree 100%. I mean, I think whatever final version of this bill we ultimately see and that's ultimately passed, Aaron, it will not be, in my opinion, what Republicans barely got across. Look, I think Elon Musk went into this believing that financial management is not just about good, sound policy, but it's about stewardship. And I think, in part, he does indeed feel a bit betrayed. He thought a lot of these Republicans really wanted to cut spending. They really wanted to find waste, fraud, and abuse. And I think as someone who runs several incredibly successful companies, he's now come to the epiphany that there are some Republicans who are very similar to Democrats. They want to just keep spending and expanding government